Hi everyone, thank you for joining week 11th lecture. Today we're going to talk about the branding of your festival. This part might be enjoyable and same time a little bit overwhelming because some of you are already experienced branding part, Photoshop overlaying tools by watching the tutorials done that before from the foundation course, or some of you are not familiar with this branding visual identity system. So in order to make your consistent visual identity system of your festival, we gotta do the branding. I know many of you are doing the festival that already existing in the world. I know Jimena is doing the Oktoberfest. It's very long history festival. It's very popular in the world. I mean, it originally from Germany, but many other countries are having the festival like mimic that style. So even though you have the festival logo and branding from the existing festival already, I encourage you to rebrand your festival because number one, existing festival might be time effective, but it may be very boring and it's not gonna be helpful for your portfolio piece. Even though you are not really familiar with the logo branding and stuff, please try first. And in the worst case scenario, if it doesn't go well, then you can just simply just change the typeface of the logo or color of the logo. You can at least try something little small step of the rebranding. So before we get started, I'm going to announce the assignment for the next week because some of you are not watching this lecture entirely and you get confused and emailing me about, oh, I didn't know that part is in the assignment. Okay, there are two assignments in this until next Monday. So number one, branding in PDF. It could be several pages. Number two is mid presentation. In order to get to know each other's assignment and project, we need to do a quick research introductory presentation of your festival. So let's record 10 to 15 minutes. It could be 5 minutes too. Introduce your festival and your design concept and what's the takeaway point and the interactive space model you're developing. Some of you are wondering, why are we doing this branding so sudden? Because this project is very, intense project, first of all, and we have to move very fast in order to make a lot of materials and cover this project. So it will be side-by-side style of design development. While you are doing your interactive space, you already had the prototype and mock-ups and model making. And same time, we're going to do the branding so that your festival visual identity system could apply to your interactive space consistently. That's why we're doing this side by side instead of keep developing your interactive space. So some of yours, still developing your interactive space, that's fine. Please submit your assignment. I don't see all of your assignment yet, which was due last Monday. I'm still waiting for it, and in order to get your comment from me, please submit it as soon as possible. So many of you are very excited about this branding part because it is exciting, because it could show your knowledge and skill set of graphic design by using all these materials, and it will also cover really nice great piece of your portfolio piece in order to apply to the upper division, such as graphic design, such as packaging design, interior design, or spatial experience design. All programs are accepting the portfolio piece like this sort of materials. This branding system is main core design process of all the branding and all other design field. Even when I'm designing the exhibition design, I'm starting with the branding too. Brand identity of exhibitions, developing the logo, developing the typefaces and color palettes and visual languages first, so that could be applied to the banner or marketing materials or merchandises, advertisement, and all this visual identity system. So this part is very important, and it could apply to any kind of design field. Let's get started. So designing a brand involves creating a visual identity that communicates a sense of your business and resonates with your target audience. So the most important part is, find out your target audience, who are going to be your visitor of the festival, so that the visual identities and design languages could be cohesive with the your festival theme. Key elements are including logo, color palette, typography, imagery and photography, design elements such as patterns, textures, or icons. You could also develop brand guidelines by including all these elements. Website design could be developed. Nowadays, we are using the smartphones or iPad, so it could be user experience or UI style of user interface style of the design. You don't have to design all this working user experience, user interface design. That could be just first front page of that system. And social media graphics, by using your Instagram front page, you can just make a mock-up of the profile image of the festival and thumbnail images of each postings, etc. And stationery could include ID card, business card, letterhead, pens, something that people could use in the office or in the festival space as well. Marketing collateral, these are including the brochures, flyers, banners, anything advertisement related, the materials that you could have near your festival area or advertising in the high traffic areas, like such as subway or bus stations or downtown street. Uniforms and merchandises, t-shirts, tote bag, mock-up, hat, sun caps, etc. So these could be sold in your souvenirs shop, or your the festival crews could wear those. That could be also part of your marketing effort. Environmental design, festival banners, advertisement in high traffic area. This is very important markup part so that your cohesive visual identity and logos and branding part applied into anywhere, not only into small merchandises, also apply onto the environmental system. These are the reference of examples that I'm thinking of. So if you could click this Behance. So this is a contemporary art festival identity concept. The first one is the admission of bracelet ticket and T-shirts and ID card, badges. You can also do the moving image, but I'm not teaching that part in this spatial experience design. So this is somehow you can treat it as a tasting menu. We don't do this thoroughly. We develop festival brandings by using these small items. And move over to this Latin music festival here. This is not necessarily festival design, but I thought that this environmental photo montage looks pretty appropriate for our project. So as you see, take one of existing images of the building, and you can apply your banner design onto this as an environmental setting. These are the 3 posters of that music venue and a banner on that location. And billboard in the street. So find anywhere near Germany, or you can find anywhere like anonymous area like this. You can advertise your festival by putting the advertisement and billboard onto that environmental image. We've done this with our first project already as a photo montage, so you guys are familiar with that. Again, you can also find this sort of images from website and screenshot, Command Shift 4, you get this cursor and drag and drop, and you got the screenshot, and you can use this as your mockup background image. And this admission ticket, you could also use this image. Either you save or a screenshot of this nice image setting and bring it to the Photoshop, and you can use the transform tool that we use for our photo montage from the photo project 1. You can use this wrapping technique that could replace the graphics, or just simply on the black background or white background, make this gathered different variation of your tickets. But having this photo montage technique in your project will look much more professional. Consider to use that photo montage technique. So these are the reference examples from very professional design styles, but hope you can get some inspirations and ideas. Tutorials. These are all YouTube tutorials that I find very helpful. So check out all these tutorials. I can show you one demonstration later, how to apply your logo, festival logo or graphics on a merchandises. Resources. So these are I only found the 2 places, but you can also search and put these wordings onto your search engine. Download free mockup images. Then you can find more free images that you can use for your mockup. Gain assignment. So when you make the pages of the branding in PDF, you're going to include your logo, color palette, typography, what kind of typefaces we're using. As an example, the ID card or banners that have your logo with the typography language. And branded materials, all these items you could consider to use. And marketing merchandises, brochure, flyers, banners, or user experience, user interface by using the smartphone images or laptop images that shows your front page graphic of your festival. Souvenirs, tote bags, sun cap, hats, mugs, pens, or anything related to your festival you could sell in your souvenir shop. Imagery and photography, which is photo montage. So these are 2 things you can consider for your photo montage. Festival banner in the street, or banner or billboard on the building. You can take or capture any images, environmental images from website, online, and apply your graphics onto one of those. And subway on the wall, it's very simple. And number 2 is the festival people wearing your branded t-shirts or tote bags. So when you're doing the t-shirts, you can, I'm sure you can erase all this, the current and existing graphics and apply your new graphic onto this, or find just blank people wearing just white shirts or anything. You can apply your logo easily. And click this tote bag part, and this Behance website shows variety of the tote bag mockups. So you're going to make branding in PDF, including all this. For individual materials, you can pick 2 or 3 or 1 or 2, but you have to include branded materials, marketing merchandise, and souvenirs. Should be included in the one PDF file. And second, mid presentation, short 10 to 15 minutes of your presentation of your festival. And now you know how to make the QuickTime Clear video recording at this point. I'm going to show you how to apply your logo to the merchandises as a mockup. Now, I made my just placeholder logo, Lorem Ipsum. It's a very famous word. So once you made your logo, it's great to create outline. You see the if your logo is just only typeface type, and please create the outline. That will make your logo looking more clear from the Photoshop. So now I'm going to bring Photoshop. As you see, I have this free downloaded merchandises from one of those link that I provided into the page. You can download this Photoshop file, PSD file, and you'll get this nice array of merchandises or this blank format. So now I did apply my graphic on there, but you can always modify that. So what I did was first go back to the Illustrator, and I'm going to select and copy, Command C, and go to the Photoshop again and Command V, paste as layers. There are many ways you can paste your graphic onto the Photoshop file, but I prefer this way. Somehow my logo is a perfect size to apply onto these t-shirts, but what you can do is you want to make it smaller, and while your logo graphic is selected from layers, Command T, and you can always modify, give some perspective. Since the t-shirt's in a flat shape, I'm not gonna give perspective effect, but I can also make this smaller. Option click, you can keep your graphic in a nice position, so keep that. Option click, control click. You can move around, or while your logo has been selected, option click, and copy and move it to the tote bag. Same fashion as what I did here. Option click and move. These layers are all behind, so I will have to move my graphic onto gift card, business card. Good thing about this freebie that I found from online, it has all this nice organization of layers. And Command T and resize. This is very simple and quick way of doing this markup. You could also do individual graphic and layout from Illustrator and apply all together. So what we're doing here is giving pasting menu for your client. These are not originally produced or already existing, so we're giving the visual the options that they could apply your graphic or branding system onto any kind of merchandises in their souvenirs or stationery system, even their website. So this is very quick way of doing the markup of your branding. You can also find different images that has colorful merchandises like black, blue, or red from online if you can. I simply use the white background because it's very easy to apply. Now I'm going to make logo on top of the mug cup. I'm going to make it larger. You can simply copy your logo from existing one and make sure you locate your layer on top of mug. So this is very big to be applied onto the mug, so I'm going to click Command key from keyboard and T as a transform, and Control Option click, make it smaller. It doesn't look too bad, but I would make it more dimensionally perspective. So I'm going to Command T again, while you click your logo, Command T, and right mouse click and wrap. You see this front of this angle of the mug. This mug surface is turned roundy in this surface. It does shows more on the bottom. So what I'm going to do, by using wrap, I'm going to make this bottom part a little more roundy. By following this bottom perspective and surface. So make sure that it is parallel to this surface. And the front doesn't show much of perspective, but still I'm going to give slight perspective. By using your keyboard cursor, you can locate this in the proper place. You can exaggerate perspective to make it looking more, dimensionalized. But I think this looks fine. You can experiment more with the wrap tool. And now move on to this layer toolbox, and you click this menu, and you can select many other effect, and I'm going to change opacity, make it more clear and transparent on top of the mug surface, so it could get the this reflection effect. That kind of detail required to make it more realistic mock-ups. And looking at it zoomed in and zoom out, and you can check if it's a nice placement or angle and perspective. I think this part is too low, so I'm going to go back to my logo and Command T. You can continue to apply your graphics onto each object, but you can give also variation on your logos or graphic style. This the book cover or proposal cover could be somehow colorful or different graphic or different logo color variations. And as you see, this book cover or note has a little bit of wrapped effect. So same tool that we use for the mug cup, you can copy, or I'm going to copy this default style and I'm going to move this to the folder. Let me see if this is folder. Yes, this is folder. Yeah. And let's say I am applying my logo onto this edge of this folder. Then as you see, the paper has a little bit of the turned effect and wrapped. So you can use Command T and wrap or distort. And change the rotate a little bit. You don't have to spend a lot of time doing this details because as I mentioned that we don't really have a time for doing all this because this is tasting menu. We're learning spatial experience, not the graphic design. Again, I'm trying to give you guys more helpful tutorials at this point, but I hope it helps for you guys. I'm going to give a comment on Ashley's interactive space assignment. First of all, Ashley is doing the Vogue World Fashion Festival. Here's the overview of interactive space. She is designing the entire festival space. This is the floor plan with the visitors flow, the dotted line, and each spaces. I'd like to make this visitors flow dotted line much more lighter tone of color line or thinner. Visually, this floor plan looks very busy. So either make, as you have this numbering system already, so I would move each individual space names onto sideway with the numbering system. So number 1 is event check-in, event photo, backdrop, Vogue booth, photo booth, fashion history, interactive map. So try move separate all this information and make a clean floor plan. And give different stroke line weight on existing or temporary divider words. So existing word could be bold and thick line, and temporary and divider words could be a lot thinner. So give a hierarchy into this floor plan too. And numbering system also have too big a wide dot. You can just simplify, make it a lot smaller, so give more spaces. And move all this information of each locations on the sideway, so it will look much more clean and organized look. And thank you for putting the information of the space, 1,500 square feet of warehouse, and 200 people could come into this festival. And concept is a fashion experience from getting ready to shooting the runway. Okay, a fashion gala and gallery consists of 10 key interactive areas in the space, a fusion of vintage and modern culture, which is very exciting. And getaway concept, illuminated display fixtures by using the Vogue, the brand title, Vogue World Festival. In this case, actually, while you keeping the Vogue as their original logo, and I would move Fashion Festival as a different typeface. At this point, it looks very mundane. And culture through cuisine. Area 1, living culinary war. I like the concept and type of the theme. And fashion history and presentation space that actually made this three-dimensional war with these interactive pieces together. It looks like you put a lot of time and effort on this interactive space assignment. And area 3 will be runway experience. So this is also actually 3D mock-up of this runway staging set. And this is prototype of that entire festival space. It looks great, and I really like that actually use the eco-friendly material, that cardboard, the recycled material. One thing I want to mention is this looks very tight, and if you could give a little small human figure in there, then we could actually see the space, how much space you have and how much footage space people could have. And this wall divider could be a little lower because it seems like too high within this space. I mean, you mentioned that 1,500 square feet, but still this the wall makes the space looking very tight. So I would lower these wall dividers, or make a thin material that on this same material as the permanent wall. Yeah, you have this lower wall divider already in the outer space. I would also make this center pieces a lot lower. And prototype 1 featured interactive areas, and again you have that same the graphic that you have in the floor plan, so much visually looking very busy. So in this case, you can either use just typed on top of the photo, or just remove one of these elements. I guess Ashley is designing this interactive fashion history and representation war and runway video booth, two of interactive spaces. Thank you for doing this. This is very much organized plan for your festival, and I wonder how it will turn out. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. Next, Michelle Kong is designing the festival about the Chinatown. I love Chinatown in New York City particularly because you can actually do many activities, especially dining experience. I love food in Chinatown in overall. It's because it's cost effective and delicious and easy access. You don't have to book or anything like that. It's just so friendly and really reasonable pricing point. So I was so happy to see that somebody's doing the festival related to food. Now, design brief Michelle did was well organized. I know many of design brief, the template that I provided have a lot of component, so you don't have to research and write down all the components from the template. You can pick and choose. So the Chinatown Night Event Festival is a festival that features a series of Asian food, art, and music located in New York City, Chinatown. This is cultural festival features local Chinatown art, and food vendors. Traditional folk art crafts like paper cutting art, sugar painting, and braided straw figures are available for purchases, and performances of artisan art, Asian arts, and all types of foods are available. That's really exciting. I didn't know that all kind of craft stuff you could actually do that. And this is the mood board Michelle is designing for the festival. It's all this red, yellow, green, and rare blue. All this came from the food or culinary experience, or all these festival activities and night light and the street view. The color came from all this mood, which is very appropriate and well organized. Typography references. Chinatown is home to many Chinese restaurants and small businesses. Their unique and bold signage is what makes the visuals of Manhattan Chinatown. As more and more small businesses close the street of New York City's Chinatown is losing its charm of the bright signage. I want to incorporate this style into the festival to bring together the community that is Chinatown at this festival, which is very nice. It's well thought out. Design language, typography. This typeface is Rick Solid. Storyzil. I wonder how this typeface used and picked the reasoning behind it. Think Chinatown logo, color palette, and also please write down that this is your design or already existing the logo design. Festival materials. Chinatown Night Market. Poster and flyer. I wonder if this is also your design or already existing. Festival environment, site analysis. I'm so familiar with this place because I used to live nearby there. This place is always empty, or some people, homeless people, or some people just sitting there, not much things going on. So this might helpful for rejuvenating rejuvenized the neighborhood. Storyboard, Chinatown Market, flyer, and this is the bird's eye view of the Space Festival location, and the street vendors and food store, and then performance, traditional performance. And you could also add one scene that shows somebody's doing the craft stuff, like cutting papers and stuff. Next, move on to Min Zenju. She's designing Dragon Boat Festival, which is also a cultural theme. This Dragon Boat Festival, recognized as the Duanwu Festival, holds a rich tradition in China spanning more than 2,000 years. Wow, that long. The location is a little island, which is not too far from Chinatown. But it's great to have the location a little closer to the midtown too, because some people using the mass transportation from different states. Sketches, floor plan, main stage, and uniform, Dragon Boat audience stage. And this is the storyboard, more organized look. And this is the, I guess, it's a more spatial plan. I wonder what are those each cloud stand for. Sign your name here, sign your name. Maybe this is the photo op, an interactive booth. And maybe this is the wearing booth. I kind of wish that you have little, like a short description of each thumbnails, so people could figure out. I guess people getting awarded for certain things. Like this is like a competition of making things, maybe. This is such a guessing game. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing this more to come. Thank you. And now I'm going to see Wuje's festival. Wuje is working on the Formula One festival. Commonly known as Formula One or F1, is the highest class of international racing for open-wheel single-seater Formula racing cars sanctioned by the Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile. My French is horrible. Hope you understand. The formula in the name of refers to a set of rules to which all participants and vehicles must conform. Who races in F1? Extreme G-Forces. Wow, who are the F1 team? Formula One is a team sport. It needs to change all 4 types on cars in under 2 seconds. One thing I want to advise onto this research page, Wuje, I would change the typeface. It's really hard to read, first of all. You can keep this title with this typeface, but for the paragraph typeface, I find that it's really hard to read. Consider to change that. History of Formula One with the circuits and websites and history photos. Competitor research, racing events, other racing events, broadcasts and commentaries, social media and marketing, performance, tone, competitor research, corporate and business operations, Media Relations and Communications. Sponsor is Red Bull, and location is Aerodromo Nazionale di Monza. It's in Italy. Inspiration pictures, concept sketches. I designed the entrance of F1 Festival and the admission ticket booth. I got inspired F1 racing cars part, hollow and top layering. That's really nice. So the design and all these festival components aligned in a similar design scheme. So let me see this. So OJ, I would also make your sketches a lot bigger, because as you see, these pages have this much empty space here, and some viewers might have a hard time to see your detail of drawing. This is ticket booth front view and side view. Okay, that sounds really fun and exciting. It's kind of unfamiliar to many of female students, but I guess it'll open our eyes to this racing world. I'm looking forward to seeing your more updated design component of the festival. Thank you.